Hi, my name is Emerson Beavers, and I'm going to be talking about Heidi Risen today. First, I wanted to talk about three things that make up a network. And networks provide private information, access to a diverse skill set, and power. So these are some of the things that made Heidi such a successful networker. She spent the first 10 years of her career building her network. She began networking to build up the company Teamaker, which she later became the CEO of. At this point in time, she was the co-founder. She demonstrates the liking principle right away. She's personable and others genuinely like her. She often has dinner parties at her house, and she does that to allow people to connect on a more personal level, smaller environment people as well. She demonstrates the reciprocity principle because she ensures that both parties are going to benefit from the network connection. If both of them will not benefit, then she doesn't make the connection. She wasn't always this way. She wasn't always this productive at networking. During her college career, her fiance was killed in a plane crash, and this was a crucible for her, and it caused her to change her life entirely, so that she wouldn't be dependent on another person ever again. So that was a drastic turning point in her life where she took control, and she decided that this is the way it was going to be, and she started working from there to build her network and has been successful ever since. So after this tragedy that happened in her life, she started building her legacy. She realized that she had to take advantage of every opportunity that she was given. When she was working for Tandem, she had to figure out ways to talk to the higher ups in the company because her job really didn't give her opportunity to do that. So she found ways to make sure that they knew who she was and that she was doing what she was supposed to do and accountable and responsible, and that helped further her career. So after working at Tandem, she decided to go back to school and got her graduate degree in business, and then she went back to Teamaker and started working with that, and that's when she became CEO and took over. She set out to speak with every person that would listen to her about their company, and she was making connections all over the place, and she joined the board of the Software Publishers Association, where she later became president, and that gave her the opportunity to meet with all sorts of industry leaders. After growing Teamaker to $15 million in sales and 100 employees, she decided to sell in 1994 to Deluxe Corporation. And she continued to work for Deluxe until 1996. And then she joined Apple as Vice President of Worldwide Developer Relations. Her primary job here was to kind of rebuild rebuild connections with developers at Apple, and to make them see the benefit of staying with the Apple platform. It was said that Roizen was one of Apple's most outspoken proponents and critics. She wasn't afraid to let Apple know when they were doing right or wrong. So I think that's important. She wasn't just a do-gooder and a cheerleader. She was a critic as well, and let them know when they were doing something that they weren't supposed to do. Roizen believed that consistency and performance were far more important than frequency of interactions and maintaining a network. So the consistency principle is already at work here. That was something that she believed in from the beginning. So that was already instilled in her. She became burned out by the relentless pace at Apple, and so she decided to go in a new direction as a mentor capitalist. So this was a title and a position that she created. So that is part of the scarcity principle, because she's the only one. She invented it, so it's unique to her and very scarce. She served as an active outside board member for startups that had received at least one round of venture capital banking. She contributed her time and experience in return for an equity stake in the company. This is an example of fulfilling the social proof principle, where people are seeking her advice. It also fills the authority principle. She knows what she's talking about. People go to her for advice. They seek out her opinion and her network ability and who they might be able to work with. So in this role, Roizen found her network to be one of her greatest assets. She really does like being able to help people and connect them with other people that she appreciates and respects as well. In 1999, Roizen joined SoftBank to fill in the gaps in her career that she felt were missing. She continued to work there, but contemplated the effect of this new position and what it would have on her network. So her network is the most important thing to her, and the people in it, and so she's trying to decide if that's something that she wants to continue to do or if she wants to go a different direction. Thank you.